I noticed that all people are the same. They all want to love and they all want to be loved. But that's not what's happening. Even though all of us want to be loved, somehow it's difficult for people to love one another and to be honest with one another and to exchange things in an honest fashion. People have organized our system in such a way that everybody wants to have profit, and lots of profit, as much as possible. It's a kind of sickness. I mean, 2,000 years ago, we had a great man by the name of Jesus, and he threw the money changers out of the temple. And he says, these are the lowest of the low. Never let them in again, because they will destroy the world. And we let them in again. And here we have all these bankers, and now everything is economy, and everybody has to make profit, and everybody's running around, spending 12 hours a day of work every day to pay the bills, hoping that they get enough work to do this thing. And it has become a crazy world. And nobody respects anybody anymore. But everybody uses everybody in order to get the necessary money to pay whatever bills they have to pay. And it's become a sad situation. Love is being totally forgotten. And that is because of our system. And our system now has gone from religious dogma to economical dogma, where everybody has to pay a little bit more to those who control the economy. And this is going to go worse, and you can see the wars are happening, governments don't recognize the light or the love in anybody, and they kill thousands and thousands of people just to get their hands on the resources of other countries. And humanity doesn't seem to object. They know that it's wrong, but they don't know how to express, because who are you going to complain to? We have now reached the time in our evolution where people begin to become aware of what it is in our consciousness that need to change in order to get a better world. So everything that used to be one is separated in positive and negative, male and female. And these two need to unite. But we have never learned that. We have never learned in our religions that the male and the female have to unite in order to become conscious. And in fact, they made us afraid, and he says, no, the divine or God is out there, and you need to worship it. And you need to hope that it will bless you. But that's a false teaching. Because God is not outside only. It's only half the truth. God is also inside us. We are all divine beings. But the problem with our learning is that we need to understand that the animal nature and the divine nature, which are separated, need to be united. And so it is the animal in us that is fearful, that is always fighting to get more. And it is the divine in us that is able to cooperate and to be loving. The job for each human being is to unite these two energies within ourselves. The masculine part, which is the mind, and the feminine part, which is more the heart, these two need to function in harmony. So that the intuition, which is the energy of love and understanding, is guiding the mind to do the right thing. Now, if we would believe in ourselves, we would immediately say the right thing. But we don't believe in ourselves. We believe in God, somewhere outside, that God will do it for us, or that He will bless us. But God is not going to do nothing, because He is already inside you.
A man fell in a hole. He fell in a hole, and he couldn't get out. a traveler passed by. He told the man to meditate, to purify his mind, and when he reached nirvana, all suffering would cease. The man did as he was told, but he remained in the hole. Another man appeared. He explained that the hole didn't exist, and neither, in fact, did the man. It was all an illusion. The man who did not exist was still stuck in the hole that was not there. Another visitor arrived. He instructed the man to perform good deeds to improve his karma, and though he would still die in the hole, he might be reincarnated as something magnificent. Another man looked down from above. He taught the man to pray 5 times a day facing east and to follow 5 important tenets. If he was faithful, one day, perhaps, the divine would set him free. The man prayed as best he could, but he was losing strength, and in the hole he remained. Another man appeared. There was something different about him. He called down to the man in the hole and asked him if he wanted to be free. This man lowered himself into the earth, into the pit. He took hold of the man and dragged him into the light. And the man in the hole, who could not get himself out, was saved.
And that's what our system should be, service-orientated, where you serve others with the right information so that people can become who they are supposed to be. And we are all learning. Every human being that is an incarnation, no matter what culture you incarnate into, we are all there to learn the lessons of integration, where you learn to unite the opposite with yourself. You are the light, and the light attracts experience, and these are your daily experiences, and that you need to love. If you cannot love because you have all kinds of opinions about other people or certain situations, you're not going to love it. Because you're so opinionated, you're always judging, always this finger. Forgetting that there are 3 fingers pointing back to you, but they don't see that. They see the only one finger. The game is not to judge anymore. The game is to love. The game is not to fear, but to believe in yourself, and as yourself, express your light and express your love. And that is the human experience. And if you cannot do this, you're not human. You're more animal. You're fighting for existence. You're always attacking everybody around you because you're so afraid. Look at our leaders, or how they attack other countries because they're so afraid. And it is nothing to be afraid of. Because if you would love people, they will love you back. It's that simple. It's not that complicated, life. But somehow there is a force, we also know as the dark force, that is appearing so strong that people don't believe in themselves. They believe in the dark force, and they serve the dark. And they go and profit from everybody. And they function as parasites on this planet. And the great majority of people become parasites. Not that they want to be parasites. They really want to be loved. But there is no other way. Everybody is the same. And so we need now people to be different. To believe in themselves. And express their love and be happy and unite with everybody. And that is the final awakening. And now the question is, who is awakening on this planet? See, the young people, they're already there. They already know the system is something very bad and something very wrong with the system, and they're trying to get away from it. But one day, they have to pay the bills. And they have to be part in that system, and they become equally as greedy and as negative as the rest of mankind. Or they are 90% of the day negative and 10% nice. Sort of maybe 1 hour before they go to bed. But that's not good enough. The education is abominable. They don't teach you nothing about you. They teach you lots of things about mathematics. And they have years and years of study to study about mathematics, and when they get into the world they never use it. But why don't they teach us about who we are and what we can do, and that we are love and that we are light and that we are representing the good energies, the God energies. That's what we are. We are representing that God energy. But we are not doing that. What we are representing, the masses, what they are representing is the fear energies. Everybody's afraid. And nobody dares to speak. That has to be discussed. We need to talk about that. And education is responsible for informing very young children who they are and what they came to do, and that they came to help in the unification process, in integrating with one another, with friendship and with the qualities of a divine being. This is indeed the ability to cooperate. Children would understand that straight away, because they already are. But if you become programmed in the schools and universities that we have, we become so trained in the rational fashion, and the intuition is totally denied, that we become very irrational, and the rational has no access to the heart, and is afraid, and is always competing, and always wants profit, and never knows how to share love. It is this what we need to discuss every day. And every human being needs to reflect again upon themselves and say, why am I not in peace? Why am I having so many fears? And why am I so negative in my relationships with the rest of with my friends and my family, etc.? Why can I not be more friendly? Why can I not be more allowing others to be the way they want to be? It doesn't matter if you want to be a Muslim or a Buddhist, or it doesn't matter. I mean, some people like coffee, other people like tea. And some people like milk. And others just drink water, you know. It's a choice. And you just allow it to be. Everybody can be free. But let us share the teachings of who we are and what we can do, and that we are creators, and that we are responsible for what we do, for how we express ourselves. And when we talk about these things, within a very short time, everybody becomes very, very responsible and begins to discern what is the best way to live. And as you become free in this way from the past, you free yourself from your pain, the pain that the soul feels from the injustices. There's also a tremendous pain in everybody's soul about the injustice that is happening on our planet by governments and leaders that are totally unenlightened, and they bring us into danger, almost extermination. And the time has come for us to express ourselves. Every person, no matter what station you are, it doesn't matter if you're very low level life or very high level life or anything in between, got to express. Let us unite in wanting to live in a way where we can respect one another and live in peace with one another. It's possible. The majority of people want it. It's the leaders that don't it. They prefer to control. And they control with fear. It's so obvious. It's in all the newspapers. You can see it on television. It's all the time. It's fear, fear, fear. It's not about love, love, love. And We need to choose leaders that are indeed for everybody, who want really peace. It's difficult to believe in a diplomat, because a diplomat is somebody that can never really tell the truth. That's what diplomacy is all about, is just expressing an aspect of the truth, but not all of the truth. And of course in diplomacy you need that, because there's so many opposing opinions. But now we have to cut through this and say, come on, let's not play games anymore. Let's go to the real thing, and let's do it now. Not tomorrow, now. And I'm sure if you would share that with everybody in your newspapers, hey, anybody for it? Shall we make peace? Everybody will do it. Everybody will be part of it and will support it, especially young people. Young people, they suffer tremendously in their souls. When they look around how difficult it is to live here. How much unloving energy is everywhere. And the time of the awakening, which is this time period, is now. And the question is, how many of you or how many people are going to join? If many of them join, we will peacefully go into a golden age. And the end of the darkness will be in a few more years. But if that choice is not made, then we have to suffer and continue suffering the dark forces that control religion and government and medicine. Medicine is another thing. It's terrible. People don't understand what healing is. You should not live with darkness. You should live with love. If there is anything in your mind that is not loving, you're irresponsible. And if our leaders would tell the humanity this, and remind humanity about that, humanity will immediately take it out, because it makes sense. What's the point in living with fear? There's no point. And our life could be such a joy, you know. Wherever you go, you're at home. Wherever you go, you're with your family. It doesn't matter what colored skin they have, because they're all the same. They're all friendly and loving. And I've traveled all over the planet, and I've never met any people that were not capable of loving. I think when all the young people are going to raise their voice and express themselves, and this world will change to a world that we've always wanted to have, where everybody feels secure, because everybody else is your friend. Television is a marvelous instrument to talk about these things, but of course it's controlled by the dark, and it'll be very difficult to get something like what we are discussing on the television, because if everybody will become loving, nobody can be controlled anymore. So this is quite a difficult thing. Yeah, then I must say life is a journey towards discovering who you are. Yeah? And when you have come to that junction, that you discover who you are, then you get to peace. Once you are in peace, you can create according to your creative consciousness. Everybody is put again before the mirror and say, what side are you on? Are you on the side of the dark and fear and conflict and making money of other people? Or are you on the side of love and light and sharing and cooperating with one another and serving one another with what you know? That's the choice. And if we put that clearly to everybody, I'm sure everybody, the great majority, will immediately, of course we are going for the light, for love, for cooperation, for peace. We've been waiting for years. What they did not realize, that they have to become an active, creative aspect of what they actually want in their life. And so we need more positive communications, and we need to talk about these things all the time until everybody understands their role in the creative journey that we are taking towards discovering who we are. And so another recommendation, as we are creators, we are also able to use imagination. Imagination is the power, is the tool that we have in order to create exactly that what we want. In imagination you need to dream more. You have to close your eyes to the world and begin to dream. What is it that you want? What is it that you would like to see happening? What would you like to create? How would you like to help? And then you visualize a world of your ideal, where everybody's in peace, where everybody's happy, and how you would help in this happiness. That visualization, that dream that you can put up on the screen of your mind is your contribution to creation. And other people begin to dream, and they pick up your dream, and it begins to spread. That's communication. We are spiritual beings. We are not just physical beings, but we are spiritual beings for the time being in a physical body. Learning to create our dreams. And when you dream, not only at night, but you learn to dream while you are awake, that is when it begins to happen. And you begin to attract in your life other people who are equally capable of dreaming similar dreams. And so it begins to spread. How do I want to live my life? Do I want to live with fear that is projected on me from all the leaders all around the world that are manipulating and controlling? Or am I going to ignore that and just do what my heart feels is the right thing to do? The new world is not a gift that comes to us. A new world is that's what you deserve because of your actions and because of your expressions.
The whole system that we live in drills into us that we're powerless, that we're weak, that our society is evil, that it's crime-ridden, etc., and so forth. It's all a big fat lie.
I think I spent 30 years of my life, in the first 30, trying to become something. I wanted to become good at things. I wanted to become good at tennis. I wanted to become good at school and grades and everything I kind of viewed in that perspective. I'm not okay the way I am, but if I got good at things, you realize that I had the game wrong. The game was to find out what I already was.
Now in our culture, we've been trained for individual differences to stand out. So you look at each person, immediately it is brighter, dumber, older, younger, richer, poorer, and we make all these dimensional distinctions, put them in categories and treat them that way. And we get so that we only see others as separate from ourselves in the ways in which they're separate. And one of the dramatic characteristics of experience is being with another person and suddenly seeing the ways in which they are like you, not different from you. And experiencing the fact that which is essence in you and which is essence in me is indeed one. The understanding that there is no other. It is all one.
Only a choice. No effort, no work, no job, no savings of money.
Just a choice right now between fear and love.